battery's dying. Oh my goodness, guys, you know what? I always do that. I'm gonna start my intro, then I'm gonna change my battery, then I'll be back with you guys. But welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, welcome, my love. Please stick around, don't be a stranger, and do consider subscribing. If this is not your first time here, you already know the drill, boo. You better be subscribed, honey. So guys, I always get many questions in reference to like the do's and don'ts when it comes to open a boutique, and I just get a lot of different questions about things that you should do, things that you shouldn't do. So I'm gonna just give you guys my perspective on those things. So let me change my battery and I'll be right back with you, my loves. I am back, fresh battery and ready to get started. But before I say anything, guys, I want to tell you guys happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday. It's a beautiful day. It's it's sunny. It's a little windy. Of course, you can feel the season changing. So happy Saturday, guys. When I tell you guys, I love the fall season, and when the seasons begin to change, and then when we start going into like the holiday seasons, my favorite time of the year, guys, is the holiday season. So I am like so ready for it, and I'm so ready for it, for us to be in the holiday season in our new home. Like, guys, I'm so excited. I am so excited. But guys, one of the main questions I get asked is, how do you know you're ready to actually start your boutique, whether it be online or brick and mortar? How do you know that you're ready? And truthfully, guys, you don't know that you're ready. You don't know. But I would just tell you guys, don't put it off. If you keep putting it off, you're never going to get started. So I would tell you, if you're going into a brick and mortar, if you have a location that you can afford, if you have your merchandise, all the inventory that you want to start with or close to it, because you're never going to have all of the inventory that you want. So, but if you have enough merchandise to get started, you have your payment system, you have your staff in place, even if you don't have staff and you have to work it yourself. But if you have all the main essentials, get started. Don't put it off, because you'll keep putting it off and keep putting it off. You'll keep saying, I'm not going to put it off until I get this. And then you'll get that thing. And then you'll say, I'm not going to put it, I'm not going to start, not going to put it off. But you'll say, I'm not going to start until I get this. Then you'll get that thing. And then you'll say, well, I don't have this, or I'm not going to start until I get that. And then you'll look down the road and you would have put it off for months or even years. So I would tell you guys, just go ahead, get started. Don't put it off. You can always add while you're working, and while you're open, and while you're making money. So my first thing I'm gonna tell you guys, baby, get started. As long as you have those essentials, get started. Like me, I don't have several things that I want in my location. It was some things that I wasn't going to order until I got in my location, because I wanted to see how I wanted the setup first. Because when you're going into a build out, even if you're not doing a complete build out or upfitting or whichever you prefer to call it, things look different on paper. So you may have something laid out on paper, and then when you get inside your space, you see that that doesn't work for you. How I had some stuff laid out on paper, it's not working in the space. So I'm glad that I waited until I was actually in the location to actually order certain things. And I did have some things custom made, but I didn't wait on those things to get in. Guys, I'm still waiting on all of my signage that goes, the sign, of course I have the sign on my window, but the signage that goes over my building, I'm still waiting on that. The two signs that go inside my space, that goes, one goes behind my cash wrap and one goes on the very back wall that you see when you first enter, I'm still waiting on those. And to be honest, I probably won't have those signs for another 8 to 10 weeks. But I'm still open when it comes to my lighted boxes, because I found some on Amazon that I was, you know, I ordered and then I canceled the order and I had it refunded because I ended up getting them made personally by the same company that's making my signage, because I wanted them, the ones on Amazon, I would have had to modify them when they came in. So if I'm going to purchase them and then have to pay someone to modify them, I might as well get them built to fit exactly the dimensions on where I want them. And those boxes, they have lights in the bottom of them, so when I put my mannequins on them, you know, they light up. So I'm deciding, and I'm just telling you guys this information so you know, just to give you, you know, those examples on how you don't always have things in place when you're open, and just how you change things. Because like with those boxes, my mannequins, they're gonna sit in front of my window. I'm gonna be able to use them for storage. I'm gonna be able to sit mannequins on top of them, and they light up at the bottom. And that's one thing, you know, I would suggest you guys do when you're purchasing items or when you're having items custom made for your merchandising. You know, have items made, especially if they're personal, you know, you're having them personally made. Have items made that you can use, you know, multi-purpose, because I can, you know, it's storage for my shoes in front of them. They light up, and I can sit my mannequins on top of them. So, and they cost a little more, but it's okay. But, you know, then that just goes back into just get open and get started. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be. You add things as you're open and as you're making money. You know, you will change several things. But guys, just get started. Don't put it off, because if you put it off, you're going to be bleeding out money, but you're not going to be receiving any money in. So just open and start your business. Whether it be online or a brick and mortar, just open. That's my first thing. Open. I receive questions in reference to how do I hire my staff, like my selection process. And guys, with that, I had a friend of mine who has owned the business for several years, who told me that they tried posting on Facebook and things and have found pretty good employees that way. That didn't work out for me. I think I posted 1 or 2 jobs on Facebook, I think. I didn't find anyone that I was even interested in giving a call and having a conversation. My payroll company actually does recruiting. So 97% of my employees I found that way. And what I do is I tell them, of course, I send them my job description, and I let them know there are certain things that these people must have. You know, I have a must-have list that they don't even send me the applicants if they don't meet every requirement on that list. They don't even send them to me, because I'm not going to waste my time looking at someone that I know I'm not going to hire. And then when they do send me the applicants, I look through them and then I decide who I want to interview. And not only do I interview them, I have 2 of my managers sit in throughout the interviewing process. And then if we decide that it's someone that may fit with the Celia Jean Boutique family and within my Celia Jean Boutique brand, we rotate them. They have to rotate and work at every boutique and work with every employee at least twice. And if one employee gets a bad vibe from that person, they don't become a permanent part of the Celia Jean Boutique family. And that has worked out for me. That's in my new hire paperwork, because you have to work with people. You know, with my store, just depending on the location, days can be anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. and I can't have people working because I'm not always there. I can't always be in every location all the time. So I can't have awkward work situations going on and just people making the work environment not good. And when you're working in the boutique, you know, you're working in customer service, you're interacting with customers, and some customers may not always be the best type of people. So, you know, we already deal with craziness sometimes when it comes to customers. We can't deal with craziness when it comes to employees as well. So I have to make sure there are no nasty vibes out there from, you know, any of my new people. So that has worked for me. So my hiring process is a little long because, and then like I said, that's in my hiring paperwork. You're actually not considered a full team member until you've worked with everyone at least twice. And then we go and we have conversations, like full staff meetings. We have conversations about the pros and cons of, you know, working with you, what everyone thinks, if everyone feels that you're a good fit. And like I said, if anyone gets a bad vibe, then sorry, not sorry, you're not a permanent part of the Celia Jean Boutique family. That's just the way I operate. Guys, I just pulled up at Walmart. Y'all know my store, Walmart, is like directly behind my store. I need to run in here and get some waters because I am actually working my store by myself today. I have my employees at more busier locations trying to make sure I'm meeting the goals there because the Kannapolis location hasn't picked up nearly how the other stores are operating. So I'm here in Kannapolis by myself this morning. So I need to go ahead and grab me some waters and things. So when I go in and I grab me my drinks, I will be back once I get the boutique open, and we will continue this video, guys, because I tell you guys, you know, I'll just go through the questions, you know, that I was asked when it comes to, like, you know, I answer my hiring process, and some more of the other questions that, you know, that I get. I'll go through those when I'll be back with you guys in a second, my loves. Okay, guys, so let me get into where I left off. So I had a few questions in reference to after you do an upfitting, how long it takes you to get that location out of the red, how long it takes you to be able to stop the bleeding and to be profitable. Guys, I would really suggest that you have a really great accountant on your team before you even start the upfitting process, to see if that's something that's even feasible, and to see if that's something that your business can withstand, because the last thing you want to do is do an upfitting and you're not able to come back from it financially. So with my upfitting, guys, y'all know my upfitting was, you know, the yearly cost of it was almost $200,000. You know, it was a little over $194,000. And going through everything with my accountant, it's August. This location should be able to stand on its own by itself without any of the revenue from any of my other locations late December, early January, based on how we're moving now. You know, with projections and everything, it may be before that, but if we stay on our projections, we are looking at late December, early January for us to have this location standing on its own. Because, guys, when you have multiple locations, the goal is to have each location, you know, funding that location. You don't want to have to use your funds from every location or one location to fund the other location. So right now each location stands on its own when it comes to financing, but and of course I have to pull from those locations, you know, a little bit of revenue from those locations to bring into here. but late December, early January, this location should be totally standing on its own and have made back what we spent in the upfitting and out of the red and totally in the green. So I hope that answers that question. In my hiring process, guys, because I've had some questions in reference to hiring friends and family, guys, I wouldn't suggest that. Now, I do have my children on my payroll when it comes to my tax purposes and benefits for my children. Again, get with your accountant and discuss that. There's a certain amount of money that you can pay your children per year. And it benefits your business, it benefits you tax wise, and also benefits your children. It gives them the opportunity to make some coins, and they like that. My kids love on payday, especially Jayla and Nadia. They love on payday to see their money on their little debit cards that I give them access to. They love that. They love when we go into stores to be able to take their cards out of their little purses and purchase their own little items. And that also teaches your kids good money management. Of course, Cam is 20. He works another job as well, and then with school and stuff, so he's used to having his own money, but the money from here doesn't hurt. But other than that, when it comes to friends and family, I would say no. I've had friends ask me for jobs, and I said no because I know their personalities. I know my personality. I know I would terminate them. And I don't want to change the dynamics of any of those personal relationships. Because sometimes when you're working with friends and family, they don't look at you as their employer. Some of them expect you to treat them differently because of that personal relationship, and just to not have to deal with any of that, I just don't hire friends or family. Now, it's different if you're going into a partnership, with a friend or a family member, or you're married and you and your spouse are going into business. That's totally different, because at that point you both are putting up 50-50, so you both know what's at stake if it doesn't work out. But just hiring your friends and family, to me personally, that's a no for me. I don't do that. One of the most important things, guys, that I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing when they start out, and you are killing yourselves doing this, guys, your price is your price is your price is your price. Don't modify and water down your prices for friends and family members who claim to love you so much. You are in business to provide a living, not only for you, but for your children and your employees. You can't do that, water downing your prices for people and discounting everything for people. And I look at it like this: if these people really love and care and support you the way that they say that they do, they wouldn't ask you to do that, because if they're taking money away from your business, they're also taking money away from your children. So that's the way I look at it. And you have these same people who were going to another location and purchase the same thing you selling and pay more for it and not ask for a discount, and they could purchase something that has a stain on it, that's damaged or whatever, and will not ask for a discount and will still purchase it. So don't do that. Your price is your price is your price is your price, and you will find where your customers will find you. You would have customers who will pay your price for your products. So don't water down your prices for people. If they believe that your prices are too high, oh the hell well, let them go shop somewhere else. But don't water down your prices for people, because you're paying for your items, you're paying for your shipping cost. So you have to pay staff. So don't water down your prices. Don't do that, because you're going to run yourself out of business doing that. Another thing, guys, know who your target audience is. Do your research. Me personally, I am the queen of research it all. I know who my target market is. I also know who my competitors are. I know what they sell. I know what I sell. Sometimes we sell a lot of the same brands, but I don't always carry the same items as them. And my customers also know who my competitors are and how my products that I carry stand up to theirs when it comes to quality and when it comes to price wise. I can tell you, if you do your research and you know who your competitors are and you know how close they are to you, and you know what they sell and what price point you sell, that'll also help you put some price points to your items. I can tell you, when you are just like me, a standalone boutique, yes, I have multiple locations, but I am not a big $1 million brand yet, because it's definitely coming, guys. So I don't have huge corporations and millions and millions and millions of dollars backing me yet. It's coming. 2023 is gonna be huge. I put it out there in the atmosphere. So so since I don't have that yet, I have to be really strategic on how I price stuff, especially if I'm carrying some of the same items as my competitors. I can tell you, if I'm carrying the same item as one of my competitors and they have that item priced at $198, I'm gonna price that item at $178, even anywhere between $158 and $178. The reason why, my target market is going to know we both have that item. My target market is going to know that the quality is the same. They're going to know, well, not the vendor that we purchase it from, but they're going to know the name brand that's on it, because they're used to wearing that name brand and they love that name brand. And they're also going to know that my price on it is anywhere, it could be anywhere from $20 to $30 less than theirs. So my target market is going to come here instead of going there. And when they come here, they're going to get that more personalized experience, because they're coming into a smaller storefront location, and they're going to get that personalized, with me helping them or with one of my staff members helping them. So they're going to come in here, they're going to get that A+ treatment, they're going to save money, and that also opens them up to other brands that I sell, because they're going to look around and purchase something else. And then they're also going to go back and tell their friends, because who doesn't, when they find something, and when you go shopping with one of your friends, you tell your friends, oh girl, Celia Jean Boutique has blah 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 blah, and such and such and such sells it for almost $200. Celia Jean Boutique sells it for 160 something, 170 something. So that just opens you up to more customers and just more visibility when you price your products that way. So if I was you, I would price them that way. If I were you, I would always keep up with your competitors when they're raising their prices, because take yours up just a little bit more, but not over where theirs are. Say if they sell that same product and it goes from $198 to $220, take yours from $178 to that $198 price point that theirs were once at. You're still well under where they are. Your target market still knows that you're well under where they are. They're still going to buy it, and then they're still going to come in your shop that's smaller and get that A+ treatment and look at your other brands that you sell. Also, guys, be smart about what you purchase for your location. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you have products that sell and sell well, why wouldn't you restock them if they are still available? I restock a lot of my products all the time. I add new here and there, because you want to always have something new and something fresh. So every time I restock an item, I add two or three, at least 2 to 3 more new items on top of what I'm restocking. So always, if it sells well, restock it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know my jeans, I restock my jeans all the time. Same brand. I've added to some of the different looks, and I'm waiting on some of them to come in. I've had everyone who have purchased a pair of jeans from me tell me that my jeans are the absolute best jeans that they could purchase. You know, my jeans work well with ladies that have those big bottoms, but their waistlines are thin, so they don't have that bulge and stuff in the back, because, you know, you hate that. And my jeans don't dip down in the back. My jeans fit perfect. They fit perfect on all body types. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and restock it, and restock it in multiple sizes and multiple colors. And I always add new fresh stuff to it, but restock what sells. Get to know your market and what they like. Me, I'm right beside a gym. A lot of times, you know, when I'm hearing people are going in and out the gym, I can pretty much look at some women and tell what size they wear. I always, since I'm being here, and even before I came here, you know, I'm looking around at, you know, women that I see in my area and what their body types are, so I can make sure I'm ordering products that will fit their body type. So do that as well, guys. Know your target market. Know who your competitors are. Know what your competitors' price point is, and price your items slightly up under theirs, especially if they are huge name brand competitors, and you're selling the same product. You never want to sell your product at the same price as them, because that's not going to bring people in your store. So make sure that you do that. Guys, when it comes to your pricing, let me tell you guys something that's really, really important. Let me grab my iPhone. Let me give you an example. Most vendors require for you to order a certain quantity of items when you're placing your orders. My clothing vendors require for me to either order 6 of a certain product or 10. My shoe vendors, I have multiple shoe vendors. One requires that I order 12. One requires that I order 18. One requires that I order 24. So let's talk about, and my accessories are different, because my accessories, since they don't cost as much as clothes, most of my accessory vendors require that I order at least 100 pieces. I don't have any that requires that I order, well, no, I'm lying. My top one requires that I order 100, and then I have one of my newer ones that require that I order 20, because their pieces are priced a little higher. So they don't require that you order 100, they require that you order 20. You may have some accessory companies that require that you order 500 because their price point is so low. It just depends. But let's talk about your pricing. So let's say, oh, that's so sweet, guys. I love when I get, and that's so sweet, but I love when I get comments from and messages from you guys on YouTube, because a lot of you guys, some of you guys will write stuff up under my videos, and then some of you guys won't. Some of you guys, okay guys, my freaking battery died, so I had to, not my battery, but my memory card was full, so I had to change my card. But let me get to pricing and talk to you guys about how you should price your items. Now, you may hear some people say that they mark their items up 1 to 2 times. Guys, you're never going to hear someone who has been in business for 5, 10 plus years stating that they mark their items up 1 to 2 times. Absolutely not. You should be doing markup on all of your items anywhere from 3 to 10 times, depending on what that item is. Let me give you guys an example. I got my iPhone. Let me go to my calculator. Let's say you're ordering from a vendor who requires you to order 10 items. Let's say those 10 items are $25.25 a piece. So 25.25 times 10 is $252.50. And let's keep it simple. Let's say you paid $25 times 10. Let me go back because I took it out my calculator. So plus, let's say you paid $25.25 for shipping. Let's just keep it simple. That's $277.75. So you're all in for all 10 of those items is $277.75. You would divide that by 10. So for each item, if you charge anywhere under $27.78, you are losing money, because at that price point is 27.775. So we just gonna round it up. So if you charge anywhere under $27.28 per each one of those 10 items, you are losing money. Now, if I have something that my all in for those items is around this price, $27.27, I'm going to times that by 4. $111.10, excuse me. So my price for that item is going to be $111.10. So with B, y'all know my boutique is named after my parents, Celia Jean Boutique. So all of my items are either priced at something 45 or something 55, because 1945 and 1955 were my parents' birth years. So with this item, I would have this item priced at $111 and either 45 cents or either 55 cents, depending on which one of my parents I believe would like that item the most, depending on their personalities. It's so many things in my boutique that are centered around my parents, so that's why I do my pricing that way. So when you do your markups, depending on that price point, guys, anything that I have in my boutique, what my all-in costs, if I pay under $30 for it, my markup is going to be around 4 times. Now if I pay over $30 for it, depending on the item, I'm gonna mark it up like around 3 times. But anything under $30, I'm gonna mark it up 4 times. And if I have something like my accessories, just depending on what my all-in is for them, some of those may be marked up anywhere from 9 to 10 times. It just depends on, you know, what the item is and what my all-in is for that item. So guys, be smart on how you mark your items up, because you want to mark them up that way, because you never want to put something on sale and when you come to your bottom line sale price, you're losing money. Say if you have that item that's $27 item, and you only mark it up 2 times, that's $54. If you put that item on sale, if you ever get to a point to where you put that item on sale half off, you're losing money, because you're back where you started from. So you always want to be at a place, if you ever had a half off sale, where you're still going to make a profit of at least double on what you paid for that item. So you never want to put yourself in a place where you're losing money when you do your markdowns. So always mark your items up at least 3 to 4 times, depending on that price point. Don't do that 1 to 2 markup thing, because you're going to lose money. And even marking your items up that much, you're still 9 times out of 10 are going to be below where your competitors are. Even with me marking my items up that much, I'm still priced below where my competitors are with that markup. So don't sell yourself short, and don't sell your items short. Mark your items up, child. Mark them up. They are going to sell. Don't worry about if someone tells you your price point is too much. Your customers will find you, and they're going to pay your price, because they're going to see that your quality is just as good, or if not better, than your competitors, and they're going to see that you're priced under where your competitors are. So girl, mark your items up, honey, and mark them up at least 3-4 times or more, depending on what the item is. Let me see what else I want to share with you guys. I think that may be it. Oh, and in your location, if you have a boutique location, of course, when I get the rest of my merchandising in, because there are some things I'm going to change in here. I made some changes since you guys seen it last, as I showed you guys in my last video. But when I get my boxes that I'm putting, because my lighted boxes are going at my window. Let me just show you guys why I have this little rack at. My boxes are going from here to here, and then I have another one that's going to go from here to that wall. And I'm gonna sit my mannequins on there. My shoes can go in the front because there are slots for my shoes that's gonna go in the front. And I'm gonna sit my mannequins on top of those. So when I get everything in that I'm waiting to come in, I'm gonna do some more changes in here, because I got my racks in. All my racks are in. I probably am going to put my racks out today, and change some of the things around today before I leave. I may do that today. And like I told you guys, this right here is totally going away. I'm gonna have a rack in front of there, so that's totally going away. And I already have all of my fall inventory and everything in the back. So yeah, I'm probably start switching some of that stuff out today and get this stuff up. I may have to call someone to come in here and help me move this little thing, because this thing is heavy, so I can't do that by myself. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pull some of my racks out today and go ahead and get some of this fall inventory on the floor, because I already have it tagged and I already have it steamed. It's already in my register system. And guys, let me tell y'all, I need to get better with this going into 2023. And I probably, once I get this store to where I'm out of the red and I'm totally in the green, and this store is you know, standing on its own, and I'm not pulling any funding from any of my other locations, I am going to hire someone to do, you know, my complete online store. Because when you have an online store and you have brick and mortar locations, I'm telling y'all, an online store is a business in itself. It takes a lot to run an online store. And before I put any more funds out there and hiring somebody to just do my complete online, because I probably just hire 2 people to do that, and they can do it straight from the warehouse. But before I do that, I need all of my stores in the green. So I got to get this store in the green before I'm gonna put any more money out for that. Make smart business decisions, guys. Don't make decisions that are going to keep you in the red. It doesn't matter, you know, people opinions and all that stuff don't matter, because at the end of the day, people can have opinions on how you should own and operate your business and how you should do certain things, but you're the only one putting those coins out. So them people can take them opinions and put them in their ass, honey, because they ain't putting them big girl dollars out and them big boy dollars out like you put them out. So they can keep them opinions. Don't give a damn about nobody's opinions, because everybody has one, just like everyone has an asshole. So yeah, I'm gonna do that once this store is in the green. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some of my racks on my floors and change some things around in here so I can get more products out on the floor. And still have it not be messy, because I can't do that messy look, guys. When you just have stuff everywhere and it's so congested, that doesn't work with me. And in your boutique, the last thing I'm gonna say, guys, make sure you have a seating area. And once I get all of my racks out, my seating area is gonna change a little bit from how I have it. Now I'm going to keep 4 chairs always. I may get to a point to where I have more than 4 chairs, but I'm always keep 4 chairs, because when your customers come in, more than likely they're always going to be 1 to 2 people with them. So I have 2 dressing rooms, so I want to make sure if I have 2 customers in and they're using the dressing rooms, their customers, you know, their family or support system or whatever that they have with them, you know, have somewhere to sit down. And I also have seating in my dressing room, so if they have a little person, they can sit in the dressing room with them. So make sure you have at least 2 seats per dressing room. That's just what I do. Because, you know, if you have, just let me explain it to you like this. When you're out shopping and, you know, you're with your significant other, or you're with your children, or one of your friends, when you're shopping places and you're trying on stuff and they don't have somewhere to sit down, they're going to be rushing you to go. Let's go. I mean, how are you when you're shopping with someone and they're looking for something and there's no place for you to sit down and relax? You're ready to go. So make sure you have a comfortable place for your shoppers, guests, to sit down and relax while they're shopping, so they're not rushing them out of your place. And make sure it's close to your fitting room, because you want your customer to come out and be able to say, hey, do you like this? What do you think? Blah, 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 blah. Because at the end of the day, that customer care more about that person's opinion than yours. So you want to make sure they're close to your customer, because when I get my other racks out, how I have these seatings now, they won't be right here. They're going to be closer. Like, they're going to be right here in this area, right by the dressing room, so my people, you know, can come out and, you know, their people are right here in front of the dressing room by it, able to give their opinions on, you know, the fits. So make sure you have a seating place in your dressing room for your people. And guys, last thing, do your stuff your way. Like I said, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Don't put off starting because you don't have everything that you want or that you need. As long as you have all of your essentials, just go ahead and get started. Don't put it off. You can spend money and add things as you grow and as you build your business. But guys, don't put it off. Start your business, grow your business, work your business, get yourself out of the red, get in the green, and keep going. If you put it off, you're never gonna start. So, you know, and like I said, because when I was in my car, I was talking to you guys about my signage. Look, my sign that I purchased that goes here, it's not here yet. It'll be another probably 8 to 10 weeks before it's here. This is definitely not the cash wrap that I wanted. I ordered a new cash wrap that I had to cancel because it was out of stock. Now they have it back in stock, so I had to reorder it again. My sign that I want back here, it's not here yet, but I still started. Let me show you guys outside, because my signage is not even over the building, and it's definitely going to be longer than that 6 to 8 week period for this, because one of my neighbor, they have to move their signage from over my store facade, so they have to shrink their signage, and then I have to get mine. See, so my sign is not up over my store facade. Landmark, their ARK is over my store, so it's going to be probably another couple of months before my sign is over my store facade. So don't wait, because if you wait, you're never going to get open. So just don't. Go ahead and get open and make those changes as you're open and as that revenue is coming in your store. Now, I did order a sign that's going in the back of my store, and that will be up. Today is Saturday. I think they said it should be done, but it's not a lit sign. And I'll show you guys that sign when it gets up. That sign should be up next week by either Wednesday or Thursday. So yeah, so that's one of my outside signs, or at least going to be up. But the signs that go in here, you know, it's going to be a little while before they're up, but I'm still open and I'm still getting that revenue in my store. So guys, open up, get those coins coming in your location, and just make changes as you're growing. So guys, yeah, I hope I answered all of your questions. If you guys have any more questions, just send me a message or comment them down below, and I will do my best to answer any question that I can for you guys. There were some questions that you guys asked me about, you know, my security and my firearm and my staff. I'm not going to get into that because some of those questions may compromise, well, they could compromise the safety of my store and of my employees if I did. In my last video, what I said about security and firearm and safety, that's all I'm going to say about that, other than make the decision that is best for your store. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. Just make the decision that is best for your store, and that's it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Love you guys to life. Love you guys to pieces. Remember to love on those who love you back. Don't talk to haters. It is 2022. There is no reason for you to be out here and to be broke and not making your money, because baby, it's too many opportunities out here. You better grab these opportunities and go get your coins, girl. Go get your coins, boo, because I'm gonna go get mine. I love you guys. See you guys in my next video.